Hello, class. Okay, before we formally start our lesson for today, let us pray first. Miss President, Miss Class President, are you there? Can you lead the prayer for us? Okay. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, good morning, class. So, how is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing good. So, how about your internet connections at home? Some of you are connected into Wi-Fi and some are only in the data subscription. So, well, for me, it's okay if you're going to leave the meeting immediately because if you are running out of data subscription. But just make sure that you're going to catch up to the lessons and the activities that we're going to have for today. Is that clear? Okay, let us proceed. So I have here the list of attendees for today. So I'm very happy that there are no absences for today. Very good class. Keep it up, okay? Very good. So let us now proceed. So before we go on to our new topic, let us know or let us have a review first. What was our last topic? So anyone can remember? Okay, yes, Jamie. Very good. We have tackled about the food deterioration. So anyone who can define food deterioration? Yes, Michael. Very good, Michael. So food deterioration is the continuous series of the degradation of the foods or the spoilage of food. Okay, very good. Well, it seems to me that you all understood our last topic. So let us now proceed. Do you want to win prizes? Yes, of course. Okay, if you want to win prizes, let us play. I have prepared a game for you and I call it What Am I? Again, what am I? So, I'm going to show you pictures and then you're going to identify them from raw to preserved. Again, you're going to identify them from raw to preserved. So, if you want to answer after I show a picture, if you want to answer, just raise your hand. So, whoever comes to my screen first, whoever the name comes to my screen first, I'm going to call him or her, and he or she is going to answer me if that picture is raw or preserved. And he or if she got it correct, I'm going to give a price of 10 peso load. So you're just going to PM me your numbers after the meeting or after our class. Is that clear? Are we clear with this game? Yes, okay, let us now start. In one, two, three. What is this picture? Yes, Brael, what is this picture? Is this raw or preserved? Okay, he said it's preserved. Let us check if he is correct. Very good. He is correct. It is preserved. So you got your prize later. Next picture. Yes, June. What is this? He said it's raw. Let us check. Very good. It is raw. Very good. You're going to have your prize later. So another picture. Raise your hand immediately. Press the raise hand button under your screen. Let's have some girls now. Yes, Amy? Okay, let us check. She said it's preserved. Very good. These are ham. We call them preserved foods. Very good, Amy. Next is yes, Bernadette. What are this? Raw. She said they are raw. Very good again because these are raw pork meat. So the last picture. Okay, Michaela. Okay, she said these are preserved. Let us check. Very good. These are preserved. These are cured smoked chicken breast. Okay. Congratulations to all the winners. You're going to have your 10 peso load each later after our class. Just PM me your numbers. Is that clear? Okay, thank you. Let us now proceed. Food preservation. So what is our topic for today? If you're going to notice, we have identified raw meat and preserved meats. So meaning we only identified meats. So what will be our topic for today? Yes, June, any idea? Yes, we're going to talk about preserved meats only for today. But what do we call that preservation of meat? Okay, if you don't have idea, here it is. Curing meat. So we're going to tackle for today about the curing of meats. But before we proceed, let us know first what curing method is all about. So who wants to read the definition? What is curing method? Yes, my girl, please read the definition. Thank you. Okay. In curing method, we commonly use salt. Just if you will notice here in the video. A hand is pouring salt into the meat. So salt helps in dehydrating moisture content in the food. So it is very helpful in curing meat. So next, let us proceed. Curing significantly increases the length of time meat remains edible by making it inhospitable to the growth of microbes. It says here that increases the length of time meat remains edible. When we say edible, it is still good to eat. Wherein in curing meat, you are prolonging the shelf life of meat, and also it helps in making it inhospitable, or it helps in preventing the growth of microbes like molds, like microbial growth that could help in degrading your foods or in the spoilage of food. So curing is very helpful to those problems. Next. Also, cured meat is meat that has been preserved through aging, drying, canning, salting, brining, or smoking. Okay, when we say aging, you are storing foods for a longer period of time. So just like we do it to the hams. As we all know, hams are being stored in a cool, dry place for a long time so that we could achieve the great taste of the ham. We also do it to some other foods like or some other drinks like wines, beers, cheeses. So that's what they use the aging method. Next is the drying. We are all familiar with the dyeing, right? Here in Hagonet, we are all familiar in the dyeing of bangus. So we are dehydrating the moisture content in the dyeing by letting it sit under the sun. Next is the canning. We are all familiar with the canned foods, right? So those are the canning. Salting. If we put salt into the meat or the cured meat, we call it salting, just like the tuyo, the daing, something like that. Brining. If you are not familiar with the brining, brining is the mixture of salt and water. Wherein in brining, it should be saturated, meaning there should be a lot of salt being put in the water. Next is the smoking. If you're going to notice this man, he is cooking tinapa. So that is what you call the smoking. Next one. Okay, we have identified the curing method. So let us now proceed on the methods of curing. So we have three, just like here, it's counting from one, two, three. So are you ready? Okay, let us proceed. First, we have dry curing. So anyone who wants to read the dry curing? Yes, Brael? Very good. Thank you, Brael. So when we say dry curing, we are putting or we are helping the foods to be preserved by using the dry ingredients such as salt. So anyone who could give more example of dry ingredients that we could be able to use in preserving foods? Yes, Melvin. Sugar. Very good. That's a great answer. Any more answer? Okay, pepper. Yes, pepper could help also on adding the taste in the food. So, those ingredients that you have said can be used in preserving foods and adding flavor to the preserved foods. So, we commonly use the dry ingredients only. And not also by the use of the dry ingredients, but also by the use of drying method, like smoking or drying it in the, or exposing it to the sunlight. We call it dry curing. So, we have their example like again, the daing na bangus, the tuyo, or anything that you foods that being preserved using or dehydrating the moisture is called dry curing. So any more question about that? None. Okay, let us proceed to the next method. Next is the wet curing. So anyone who wants to read? Yes, Jessica, please read it. Okay, if you're going to notice wet, when we say wet, we are using liquid solutions. So, any idea what liquid solutions or liquid ingredients can we use in preserving meats? Yes, Amy. Yes, vinegar. We also have soy sauce and especially water or fish sauce. We could use them. They give extra flavor and helping in preserving foods. So here, if you're going to use the wet curing, the length of time that you're going to soak it is depending upon on the size of the meat that you're going to cure. Like for example, if you're going to cure this a big chunk of meat, this could last soaking for about a month because that's when you're going to get the enough or the right taste and texture, and you're going to kill all the microbes that are inside the meat. Any more question about that? Very good. Let's proceed to the last method, the combination curing. I know all of you have idea na because you heard the combination. Okay. Anyone wants to read the definition? Yes, Bernadette, please read the definition. Thank you, Bernadette. Just like what it says here in the definition, if you couple the dry and the brine solution, you call it combination. So if you're going to combine the dry curing and the wet curing, you're going to have the combination. So if you're going to notice here in the picture, the man is putting a dry ingredients or dry salt here on the surface of the meat. So here in the next is in the video, he is injecting a liquid solution inside the meat. So if you are familiar with the chooks to go or in the andox, uh, the one that they are selling in the market, as just like what Bossing said, masarap kahit walang sauce. Those meat are being cured in the combination curing because the taste of the meat is not just from the outside but also from the inside because they are using this. They are injecting solutions inside of the meat. So, any more question about combination curing? Okay, none. So, let us summarize it. So, we have defined what curing is. By using different ingredients, either dry ingredients or liquid ingredients, it helps in prolonging the shelf life of meat. So we have three methods, the dry curing, the wet curing, and the combination curing. So in the dry curing, you're only using dry ingredients and you are dehydrating the moisture content of the foods. While in the wet curing, you're using liquid solutions to cure the meat. And the soaking of meat depends upon on the size of your meat. While in the combination curing, if you're gonna add up dry curing plus wet curing, you have the combination curing. So any more question about those three methods and the definition of curing before we proceed? Okay, June raised hands. So, June, you have any question? Yes. Okay, very good point. He questioned, he asked of if we can eat immediately the cured meats. Of course, you can cook them immediately and eat them. But as I want to suggest that curing is best if you are let them to store from a long time. We call it aging because in aging it helps in uh, curing the meat and gives more extra flavor to the meat. And also curing, we we commonly cured meat to eat them in the long run or in the future needs. So it's best if you're going to store them for a while before you eat them for your future needs. Any more question? Okay, none. Let us proceed. So we have defined again, and we also know the three methods. Let us know the advantages and disadvantages of curing method. Yes, there are advantages and disadvantages. So the first one is the advantage. Being able to use the extra produce for a long time, just like what I have said, you can in the emergency purposes, you can eat the cured meat. If you are lacking of any pork in the market, if you have the cured meat at home, you are able to eat some meat. Like the other one, the ability to carry such food on long trips where there is non-availability of fresh foods. Yes, the cured meats are very convenient to travel with, and they are very also convenient to prepare because you're just going to either fry it and then you can have hams, you can have sausages, hot dogs just by frying it. You don't have to chop it, you don't have to chop any ingredients, just fry it. You have your foods, right? So that's a very good advantage of cured meat. So next is the disadvantage. Yes, there is also a disadvantage. People who are suffering from hypertension or other heart ailments cannot eat cured food items. So if you know some people that have hypertension or any heart failure, just advise them that cured meats like excuse me, like ham, hot dogs, sausages, it's not good for them. Just as we all know, we are using salt, and salt is not good for the people who have hypertensions and heart ailments. So let us advise them that if they're going to eat cured meats, just in a little bit amount of cured meats only. Any more question about that? Okay, none. So, if you don't have question, let us now proceed on how to make a skinless longanisa. Are you all excited? Because you can do this at home, and it could be also a very big help if you want to do it as a business. So let us now proceed. First, let us know what are the proper attires. So here, I will pony my hair, of course. If you are if girls are preparing foods or curing meat, if your hair are long just like mine, you have to pony it. After ponying it, for the boys who have short hairs, you can wear hairnet. Or if your hair is long too, you should pony your hair and then wear hairnets. So here, I am showing you that I am not wearing any jewelries. It is very important if you are preparing foods, you should not wear jewelries to avoid any accidents that your jewelry might fall into the foods. Clear? Okay, proceed. Here, I am wearing face mask. Just like we all know, there's still coronavirus, so we should wear a face mask. And the apron. Apron helps in preventing your clothes on getting dirt from the foods that you're going to prepare. So the proper attires for the preparing of skinless longanisa is hairnet, face mask, and apron. So let us proceed. What are the ingredients? So the ingredients are 500 ground pork. It's better if there is fat so that if you chew the skinless longanisa, it is soft. Cornstarch, tablespoon cornstarch. 2 heads chopped garlic. 8 tablespoon brown sugar. Next, 1 teaspoon black pepper. 1 teaspoon salt. 3 tablespoon oil. Next is 1 tablespoon atsuete, 1 tablespoon paprika. So those are our ingredients. So here is the procedure. Let us start. Okay. I'm just going to mix all of the ingredients. It's very easy to do. You can really do this at home. Okay, I'm now going to mix the cornstarch, the paprika, the atsuete, and the salt into the pork. Next, I'm gonna put the sugar. Yes, brown sugar is the one that you're going to use. Next are the garlic. Next is the pepper, brown black pepper. If you want it spicier, you can add more pepper and garlic. Next is the oil. So I'm just going to mix it now. You have to mix it thoroughly so that the meat could absorb all the ingredients that you have put. There you go. So next, let's move on to the packaging. So here in the packaging, what we have, the packaging process. So here, wait, let us post it there. So here I have used a funnel, a big funnel, yes. Then a scooper. If you don't have weighing scale, you can use a scooper so that your longanisa could have uniform in size. Spoon. I have stick also so that I could use it here on pushing the meat into the funnel. I have here plastic ice candy and cling wrap and a scissor. So let us proceed. First way of packaging using cling wrap. So here I have used cling wrap, then I'm gonna cut it. You're gonna estimate of how long cling wrap you're going to use. Then I'm gonna scoop a spoonful of meat, and then I'm gonna put it here in the cling wrap. It's so easy, guys, to do. You can really do this at home all by yourself. You should try it. It's very fun to do and it's very easy to do. Then I'm just gonna wrap it just like that. I'm gonna wrap the meat into the cling wrap. Just gonna mold it just like what the skinless are. Just like that. There you go. The second way of packaging using ice candy plastics. So my ice candy plastic here is a bit bigger. You can use smaller. So I'm gonna read it until I reach the bottom part of the plastic ice candy, so that I'm not gonna have it's easier for me to put the funnel inside. So again, spoonful of meat inside the funnel, and then I'm gonna push it using the stick. So if you're going to notice, I'm avoiding using too much, I'm avoiding handling the food in my hands because it causes cross-contamination. So let us avoid holding the meats too much. I'm just gonna tie it, and then I'm gonna cut the excess plastic there so that it will look good. Just like that. You have your seamless longanisa. Okay. There you go. Here are the finished products. So, in my 500 grams pork, I have made 24 pieces of skinless longanisa. And here is the finished product. You can eat it in breakfast, either in lunch or in dinner. It's up to you. And it's better if you have chili on the side. So, any more question about this skinless longanisa making? Okay, none. Okay, the activity in video making. Before we proceed to our activity, sorry, my light turns off, but it's okay. Let us proceed. Okay, before we proceed in our activity, do you have any more question? Okay, how about generalization? If what have you learned to our topic for today? Yes, Jamie. Yes, you have learned the three methods: the dry curing, the wet curing, and the combination curing. Any more answer? Yes, Joshua. Okay, very good. You have learned how to make the easy skinless longanisa. Very good. It seems to me that you all understood our topic for today. So, in your activity, you're gonna do a video making. So you're gonna make 2 to 5 minutes video of yourself performing any of the three methods of curing meat: the dry curing, wet curing, or the combination curing. So you're gonna upload it into our Google Classroom. So I'm gonna post an activity for that in the Google Classroom. Then you're gonna upload it there and you're gonna submit it there. Any more question about that? None. Okay, let us proceed. It's quiz time. Of course, we're gonna have a quiz. It's just a 5 point quiz. You can answer it in less than 5 minutes for sure. So you're for answering your quiz, you're gonna just type it into the chat box and then you're gonna send it and screenshot your answer so that when we check it, you could be able to check it properly. Is that clear? So for your quiz, read each statement carefully. Choose your answers in the box below, then type it in the chat box. So 1 point each. So you have it here. You have the answer is here in the box. You just have to choose the best answer. Your 5 minutes starts now. Okay, time's up. Let us check your answers. So here are the key to correction. Number one is curing method. Number two is dry curing. Number three is soaking. Number four is combination curing. And number five is the curing. So, uh, as I can see that you all got it correct. Very good. It seems that you all understand our topic for today. So let us move on to your assignment. Yes, you have assignment. Give 5 more examples of cured products and state what method of curing is used by those products. Then define fruits and vegetable curing. This is for our next topic. Give or more examples of ingredients or chemical compounds that can be used in curing fruits and vegetables. So here are your references. Again, I will upload it into our Google Classroom. You only have 1 week to answer this and to submit it into our Google Classroom. So any more questions? None. Okay, very good. So to formally end our topic and lesson for today. Again, thank you. Let us all be safe. Let us wear face masks or face shield if necessary if we're going outside. So that is our lesson for today. Class dismissed.